it's interesting to look at, when you did Memento, because you had done Priscilla, which really kind of made you a global star. It's a very, unlikely launching pad, but it did. And then LA Confidential with Curtis Hanson. And then Memento came out in 2000. I always think of that as earlier in your career, but you were established. You were an actor on the rise. Memento, with this unknown entity named Christopher Nolan, must have felt like, okay, this is going to really take me somewhere, or this is going to undo everything I've done, because it was a very risky.
I didn't feel like that in the slightest, to be honest. There's certainly no more than the risk of doing Priscilla. And the thing is, to be honest, when I'm choosing something, I don't even look at it like that. I just read something and go, wow, this is amazing. Let's do it. And I don't tend not to think about what the external perspective is going to be. I do more now, and I'm much more aware of that. And I can kind of go, oh, this is going to sort of annoy a few people, or this is going to, tread on a few toes, or whatever. But at the time, I really just get so excited about the job. And I saw Chris's previous film called Following, which was a film he shot himself, black and white film. I'd read the script. My agent sent it to me and said, by the way, this all goes backwards. So I went, oh, thanks for telling me that, because that was helpful. And then I met Chris. I think I watched Following first and just went, wow, I really want to do this. And I knew they were out to Brad Pitt and they were out to all these, fab people. And I was like, well, there's no way I'm going to get to do this. And I think for them, it felt like it was a risk, hence the reason they passed on it. And I was like, I'll do it.
It all goes backwards, by the way.
Yeah,
I mean,
spoiler alert.
Yeah. Wow. It was a really brilliant. And I remember, funnily enough, that shoot was a 25-day shoot, and I was rehearsed. All the black and white stuff in the film was to be shot in the last 2 days of the film, and I was rehearsing all that stuff on my own in my motel room every, on the weekends, etc. And I kept saying to the producer, "We're never going to get all that stuff done in 2 days. That's ridiculous." And like in the last week at some point, he came to me and he said, "I've got a present for you." I said, "What?" And he said, "Day 26. And I went, "Oh, what do you mean?" He said, "We're allowed to shoot on the Saturday." And as it was, even doing it in those 3 days was a real push to get, because all the black and white stuff's pretty much half the movie, just about. So it was quite a push. But Chris was extraordinary to work with. He was one of the first people I'd worked with who so impressed me with his sort of technical and cinematic prowess, as well as his beautiful ability to articulate emotional and delicate performative stuff. So I was like, wow, you are amazing. Like, he really was. And clearly he's, unfortunately he's gone on to do nothing.
Never heard from him again.
Real shame.
Yeah.
Real flash in the pan.
He'll have another chance.